Lewis Madison Terman, American psychologist, defines one's intelligence as the ability to carry on abstract thinking. However, David Wessler, another American psychologist, defined that as the aggregate or global capacity of the individual to act purposefully, to think rationally, and to deal effectively with his environment. Because the concept of intelligence is too broad to be defined as a single answer, psychologists' opinion about the term itself, its structure, and its functions vary. While numbers of researchers see intelligence as a single specific ability, others see it as having multiple subcategories. For these kinds of intelligence, mainly two different factors, genetic and environmental, are both influential. Although both factors are known to influence one's intelligence in ways of developing them, genetic factors limit one's intelligence while environmental factors decide how much one's intelligence can be developed. To figure out how much heredity influences intelligence, psychologists study twins, identical and fraternal, family members, and adopted children. Because they couldn't manipulate genes, psychologists had to study the IQ of average families and twins through comparative analysis. By studying them, Thomas J. Butcher and Matt Magoo were able to figure out how correlated the intelligence of family members and twins are. The result was that the mean correlation of IQ scores of identical twins grown in the same environments was 0.86, while the correlation between fraternal twins grown in the same environment was 0.60. Also, it was shown that family members who don't share their genes showed less correlation. Siblings grown in the same environment showed the correlation of 0.47, while parents and their children's correlation showed was 0.50. This meant that about 50% of IQ variance can be defined through genes. Recent studies by Ulrich Nasser also proves that heredity influences intelligence more than environment. His research was about how high the correlation between parents' IQ and their children's IQs are. The result was that the children grow up and become young adults. The correlation increased up to about 0.75, which was surprisingly high. However, heredity isn't the only factor that decides an individual's intelligence. For example, educational environment can influence children's intelligence. Children who had less chance to be educated due to surrounding environment were reported to have less IQ than those who had effective educative surroundings. Malnutrition is also an issue. If children suffered from hunger and were deprived of necessary nutrition, they were influenced negatively. Those who suffer from malnutrition had difficulties making deductions and inferences. Another evidence that shows environmental factors influence IQ is the Flynn effect. Flynn effect is worldwide, not focused on one specific country. Countries have reported the average IQ of their citizens has increased as time passed. Like this, scholars have different viewpoints on whether the universal increase of people's IQ reflect their intellectual capacity. It seems that it isn't because of heredity, since drastic increase in people's intelligence in mere 30 years is impossible. Therefore, it can be said that environmental factors became greater influence because the society now requires mental activities as education and media improved. In conclusion, it is shown that both factors influence intelligence, but heredity is more crucial than environmental factors. In other words, heredity decides the limit of individuals' intelligence, while environmental factors decide how developed it can be.